It's true. I'm nervous, very, very careful, nervous. I have been onion. But will you say that I am mad? That I still had sharpened my sense, not destroyed it. I heard a thing in the heaven and the heart. Observe how healthy he can tell you the whole story.
The idea entered my brain, and it haunted my day and night. Object there was none, patient there was none. I loved the old wind. He had never brought me, he had never given me an insult. For his gold I had no desire. I think it was his eyes, a pale blue eye with a veil over it. Whenever it fell upon me, my blood ran cold, and so by degrees I made up my mind to take the life of the old man and to rid myself of the eye forever.
Every night I turned the latch of his door and opened it found the eyes always closed, and so it was impossible to do the work. Upon the eighth night, it was more than usually caution in the opening the door. His room was a black pitch with the thick darkness. For the surner were clothed and fastened through fear of robbers. And so he knew that they could not see the opening on the door, and he kept pushing on the stealthily. I was about to open the lantern when my thumb slipped upon the thin fastening, and the whole man sprang from the bed, crying out, "Who's there?"
For a whole hour I didn't move a muscle, and he was still sitting up in the bed listening just as I have done. Presently I heard a slight groan. It was the low stifled sound that rising from the bottom of the soul when overshadowed with a. I knew what the old man felt, and pitying him a doubt shook at heart. I knew that he had been lying awake ever since the first slight noise.
When I had wanted a long time, I resolved to open a little in the lantern instantly, until a single dim ray lit the thread of the spider, shot from out the crevice and fell upon the eyes. It was open, and the grace furious as I gazed upon it, but I could see nothing else of the old man's face or person, for I had directed the ray precisely upon the damned spot. No tear came to me ears alone. Dull, kick soon. It was the beating of the whole man's heart, and the increase in my fury, as the beating of a drum simulated the soldier into the courage.
I refrained and kept still. Meantime the hellish sound of the horn increased. A noise had excited me in comfortable terror. With a loud yell, I threw open the lantern and leapt into the room. He circled once only. In an instant, I dragged him in the floor and pulled at the heavy bed over him. But for many minutes, the heart beat on with a muffled sound. This, however, did not vex me. It would not be heard through the wall. And letting kissed, the old man was dead. His eyes would trouble me no more.
I still do think me mad. You will think so longer when I'm describing the with precautions it took for the concealment of the body. I cut off the head and the arms and the legs. I had the rams on the floor on the room. No blow spot, whatever. I had been too worried about that.
It was 4 o'clock, and there came a knocking at the street door. I opened the door, and there entered 3 men, introducing themselves with perfect suavity as officers of the police. A shark had been heard by a neighbor during the night. Suspicions of foul play had been aroused.
For what had it to fear? I bade the gentleman welcome. The street, I said, was me only in my dream. The whole man I mentioned was often from the country. The timing hard after and the wheel started to notice a ring in my hair. But still they sad and still chided. I talked more freely to get rid on the feeling. At the end, I found that the noise was not within my ears.
It was a low, dull, quiet sound but a gasp for my breath. And yet officer heard not. I arose argued about trifles in high key and with violent gesticulations, but the noise steadily increased. Why would they not be gone? What could I do? I foamed, I raved, I swore, as when the chair upon which had been sitting, I grated it upon words, but the noise arose, all I continually increased. Was it possible he heard not? They knew. They were making a mockery of my horror.
Billions! Unscript dissembled no more. I admit the deed. Tear up the planks. Her. It is the beating of his hideous hair.